What's going on, fam? What is going on? Y'all let me know when y'all come into the room if you can see me or hear me clearly. Let a brother know if you can see or hear me clearly. Also, let me know what time it is there. I am in Zanzibar. And I was like, let me go live real quick because I just happened to see this. Shout out to my boo who sent me this. And we'll talk about it real quick. Because I got a couple of thoughts. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's really going on with Kenya Moore right now. And it's really, it's 10:51 a.m. So good morning to all my people on the East Coast. It's like 5:51 p.m. here in Zanzibar. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Okay. In Maryland. What's up, Honey Green? Maryland. I'm sorry, y'all. The lighting is bad right here because it's like a backlight right there, but we're going to make it do what it do real quick. Hey, Greensboro, let's go. Hey, Dallas. Hey, Alabama. Hey. Oh, good, Michelle. I'm glad you like them. I got a couple more coming. So, just stay tuned. The rewinds are fun for me because I like to revisit those moments. And I just felt like, you know what? That would be fun to do while I'm gone. Grand Rising. Okay. All right. So, look, y'all, we got to talk. Okay, it's 7:51 in the Bay Area. All right. So I'm in Zanzibar right now. I have been in Zanzibar since, Saturday afternoon. I stayed in one hotel in Stone Town, and now I am closer to the beach. And our group, half of our group got here. A couple of people in our group have gotten here. We're waiting on one more person later on, and we're about to head to dinner soon. Nancy, the text messages, yeah, they're mad expensive to send out. They are mad expensive for me to send them out. So I really only will send out a text message if it's an emergency. But I do send out text messages to specific little groups, if you want to go travel or something like that. Okay, it's 15. Oh, it's 3 p.m. UK time. Okay. Tracy says, I will be in Tanzania in 3 weeks. What's a must-see in Zanzibar? Definitely go to Stone Town, but I'm still discovering. So Tracy, more of that to come. All right, more of that to come. We just getting started with the actual group trip. So I did do some photos yesterday because I like to get some content while I'm here. So that was fun. Definitely. A must-see if you are in Stone Town, go to The Box. It's a restaurant by this girl named Ashley. Ashley is from the United States. She moved here from Miami and she opened up her own restaurant. So definitely come and support her. And the food is bomb. So it's definitely a must-have, a must-see. All right, so let me get into this real quick, y'all, because I got to go to dinner at 6:30. So whatever the 30 is in the next 40 minutes for y'all, that's when I got to go to dinner. Kenya. My. Okay. Let's have a real conversation about what's going on with Kenya Moore right now. I don't know if y'all saw this. I obviously can't play the clip because it's on her YouTube channel. So definitely listen. I'm a person like this. The reality of the situation is Kenya Moore is no longer on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? That's the reality. That's her reality. You all know how I feel about the reason why she is not there. We all know what happened with her in the salon the past season that ultimately led to her not being on the show. I personally feel like Kenya is too grown of a woman to have actually engaged in what she engaged in. I understand if on that show you're gonna read somebody, they're gonna shade you and this, that, and the third, but I felt like she took it too far. Okay, cool, we've established that. So for me, Kenya being on YouTube, I thought was a great thing. I still think it's a great thing. I think she could do great things on the platform. Listen, so many creators are doing a doggone thing, and so many people who are in the reality TV space are also on YouTube. It's a way for people to make money. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it. Okay, get your money. Got it. Boom. Good. But Kenya had so much potential with her Life Twirls On episodes, in my opinion. They were very well produced. I felt like she was establishing herself in the lifestyle lane, obviously with a little bit of hot topics sprinkled in, but I could see a bigger vision. If I was branding for her, I would have been like, yo, we need to be hooking you up with like brand deals. You need to be like talking about products. Every episode needs to be a segment with your hair care products. You know, I mean, we need to really, really up the ante. I mean, I would have her on TikTok doing TikTok lives a la Stormy Steele and Canvas Beauty, okay? Stormy is over there like making a lick on TikTok, right? These are the things that I would have Kenya Moore doing. No lie, right? No lie. This is what I would have her doing all the time. Like we would have new hair, like it would be hair fragrances. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't just be take care of your hair. It would be hair fragrances for Black women. I don't even know if that's a thing. Is it a thing? Y'all tell me. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I would be doing. I would have her doing that. If I was Kenya's brand manager, we would definitely be doing the thing on TikTok, and we would have all types of things going on with a little bit of tea. With a little bit of tea sprinkled in, right? But it would not heavily rely on Real Housewives at all. Okay, that's just me. A sprinkle here, a sprinkle there. At best, it would be a conversation with some housewives who have either been on the show or, you know, just people that we know, right? It would be those types of conversations. But the reality is what she said about Kenya, what she said about Karen, I thought was completely unnecessary. I didn't really understand it. It didn't make sense for me. It felt misplaced. It felt odd. So to ask if Karen was a top or a bottom in prison or in jail, wherever she was, right? I just felt like you just said you wanted to interview her like the other week. Now you're asking if she was a top or a bottom, basically making allusion to what happens to, you know, sometimes, you know, the men go to prison and you know what happens, right? But I just felt like she was asking about whether she was on the top bunk or the bottom bunk. But the insinuation was, are you a top or a bottom? Period, right? And then she says, you lived through the 70s. I know you had a wild lifestyle. It's like, I just felt like this was so misplaced. It seemed so odd to me. It seems like, Kenya, like, what are you doing? Like, what would make you say that? I think it's one thing to say, yeah, I want to interview her. That makes sense to me, right? That makes a lot of sense. Okay, Kenya, I can see that. I can see, you know, you wanting to interview Karen and you basically making that statement. But I feel like what she said was so far left of what she should be doing and who she could be that I just don't even quite, especially with everything that we have going on in the world today. Like, girl, really? I just feel like it's like wrong time, wrong place, like just wrong. Especially from somebody who, listen, people can disagree about whether or not they feel like Karen was in the wrong with what she did, and she ultimately had to go together. I just feel like that, to me, coming from somebody who's a fellow housewife, nah, man, let's not do that. That to me it was crass, and I just feel like for as much as I feel like people wanted to, people defended certain why somebody didn't, I would have cut that out of her video. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm freezing. I didn't know that, my bad. This is just me. Housewife from a housewife. That's just me. And I'm sure she was joking, but I just feel like with the woman just getting out, I kind of feel like, like we could joke around about a lot of things, but I just didn't feel like coming from another housewife. I just personally didn't like that. That's just me. Okay. And apparently fans are not liking it either. I don't necessarily feel like Kenya should not speak on Housewives because that's the space she came from. But I do think that there's a fine line between, oh yeah, listen, Housewives, listen, me and you here, Housewives from a Housewife, we here. You and I here. Don't ever worry. Listen, I got you. We like this at this point. But I don't mind. I feel like Kenya has a right to talk about Housewives because she was on the show. To me, yeah, we have Teddy and Tamara and Vicky and Cynthia and Crystal, and there are a lot of housewives that have podcasts, and I don't have a problem with it. Candy will even speak about housewives every now and when she does her Amazon lives or whatever like that. So I don't necessarily think that Kenya shouldn't. I think that the reason why people feel this way is because they felt like Kenya was done dirty. And so it's kind of like, if they did you dirty like that, why would you give them this much energy? I think that is in this way. Why are we going down this route with this, right? Just a regular video. But having said that, yeah, I don't feel like she can't talk about Housewives. I don't have that impression. But I do feel like, kind of spilling tea about Angela unfollowing K. Michelle, and it would have read better if someone were interviewing her and they asked her, what do you, and I'm sure that's how it really happened maybe, but it would read better if someone were right there asking her, even in this clip that showed, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Or what are your thoughts on that? But again, listen, we can be picky about that however we want. But I do kind of think, I would agree to a certain extent, like I don't know that they would get that much energy from me. Personally. If I felt like I was fired wrongfully, oh no. Y'all not getting much from me at all. I don't even care what's going on the show while I'm not filming it, right? Tea? No, I don't care about that. How about this tea that I'm making with my hair care products? How about this tea that I'm about to spill on, some other topic or something like that? You know what I'm saying? But again, that's my personal opinion. And I see where people are coming from with it. I see why people are reacting the way that they are reacting. Because I also feel like the presentation of how Kenya is presenting the information is also coming into play. A lot of people feel like she is basically taking on the role of a blogger at this point. And I feel like the word blogging at this point, the lines are blurred between what is a blogger and what, especially for people who have come from the reality world, right? The word blogger to me doesn't mean what I think it means to a lot of other people. I don't really consider myself a blogger. I really just consider myself a commentator who talks about reality TV. I don't really pride myself on giving you guys tea that only I know. I don't really care about that. I just like reality TV, so I like talking to y'all about it. That's how I feel. I'm a fan of shows. I don't feel like I'm presenting you guys with anything that's groundbreaking, but I do like to break down psychologically what we see. That to me is what I like, right? We could talk about something, get it off our chest, and psychologically talk about how it impacts us and how it impacts our viewing of the show and what we see. That's what I do for me. Okay. P says, this reminds me of when Tamara was let go. She talked ish about Bravo and the Real Housewives of Orange County. As Par says, I like Kenya, but I can't defend her on this. Personally speaking, I would, if I was her brand manager, I would have her take a very different approach moving forward, and we would never have any incidents like this again. But that is just me. But that is how I view Kenya. I view her as something bigger than what the show is. And I think that she should treat herself as such. So that's just me. That's what I would do if I were her on her team, and we would be having her and brands and all types of things would be popping up as we talked about different things. Because like I said, right now, I would even have her doing her own hair or makeup at some point to show the use of her products. And I understand that she has a presentation style that she wants to present as like, I'm already done. And she comes from that world of acting. I mean, it's like a little bit of an old school sort of take on like how as an actor or someone who works in entertainment should show up looking flawless. But I also think that there's something to be said for how things are done now in 2025 and what she could be doing in terms of like doing Amazon Lives, like Candy, showing herself doing Get Ready With Me to show people, show women how she takes such great care of herself, how she looks so great, how she looks so amazing. Reel people in with your authenticity versus, I think the way she's coming across in these videos, especially in these clips right here, it kind of makes her look like she is cosplaying a blogger. And I get it. I get why people are saying that. I get it. But I think that there is a way that she can steer the ship around, get back to business for what she's known for, and steer the ship in the right direction. Golden says, come on over to Mombasa, Kenya. Yes, okay. Anyway, Bezzy says, expect a Kenya to move like Candy after Housewives and then some, but it's been given "Are you okay" vibes. You were Kenya more before Bravo, I thought. Exactly. It's like, and Candy's your girl. Like, you should be calling Don Juan and the whole team of people and saying, y'all, how can you help me? And I'm not saying who she's working with now because I don't know. I don't know what. Listen, she could have just hired somebody and they do what she says. But I think she needs somebody to manage the ship. And if I was managing the ship for Kenya Moore, it would be upper echelon everything. Everything. There's so much that she could be doing, so many perks that she could be getting. Her entire lifestyle could be for free at this point. But that's just me. Solo Key says there's no way Olandria from Love Island is more popping than Kenya right now. She needs to be at all the fashion weeks and doing brand deals. Exactly. Merritt in the Island says the problem is Kenya heavily relied on Bravo. She never thought about or planned for life after Bravo. And again, that's why you hire a team. That's why you hire someone who can think of these things for you, because Kenya Moore, in my opinion, is of the old school where she is the talent, she shows up, and the people are working for her. But you still need someone to guide the ship, period. And I don't know why she's not doing that. I feel like she's almost there. It's almost clicking, but it ain't clicked yet. So that's just my take on it. I just figured I would give that to y'all since I had a couple of minutes before I had to head out to dinner. And like I said, I didn't want to do this as a regular video because that ain't no fun. It's more fun to talk to y'all. So anyway, yeah, I need to go get ready and dress for dinner. Listen, I still got a few spaces left for the Cape Town trip for November. They're still taking deposits and you can still do a payment plan if you still want to go. I will tell y'all, Zanzibar is beautiful. Like, it is so beautiful. And if you have a chance to come to Africa, make it your business to go. Even if you don't come with me to Cape Town, if you get a chance to go anywhere in Africa, go. Go now, book a trip, make the plans, find a friend, just go, okay? Just go. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. There are a lot of people that will tell you that, oh, Africans don't like African Americans. That has not been my experience. That has just not been my experience. I have felt welcome every single place I have been. Every single place I have been while I've been here, while I've been in Cape Town. And I just feel like, and I've met people here who have moved here, who have relocated here, and they love it. They absolutely love it. So don't let anybody scare you into thinking that as a black person, as a person of color, heck, even as a white person, okay? Because listen, white people vacation here, okay? They vacation here in Africa. They know. They've been knowing, okay? But especially as a black person, sometimes we'll make them feel like they're not gonna like us. That definitely has not been my experience. So don't let nobody scare you into not coming here, because everybody needs to experience this. All right. And in a large way, it feels like coming home. I know that sounds crazy. It may sound crazy until you come here, but it definitely feels like coming home. So with that being said, I'm going to dinner. Love y'all. Bye.